My first impressions of the film would be, I thought it was easy to follow. I enjoyed the film. I enjoyed it. Was like, yeah, I wanted to see more. I would go and see that film just from seeing the teaser trailer. It'd be something that I'd be interested in seeing. Obviously, it was targeted. I assume it's targeted at our time, our demographic, which is like a younger audience. So I think it, well, what you set out to do, if it was to kind of get me interested, I was definitely interested in the film and something I would watch.
I had very good first impressions of the trailer. It followed the conventions of one, like gave you enough footage to go by, but still keep you intrigued and wanted to see more of it.
I would say the disruption of equilibrium caused by the mixture of handheld shots, the indie pop soundtrack which instantly connects to your genre, I think it makes for a very interesting film. The simple shots and the simple characters, that makes it more interesting because you can build a complex story around that, especially with your narrative. I think that the dialogue was simple. The use of location, which is obviously the suburban areas of London, that makes it more interesting for us as youths who live in London to go and see it. It's a film that I would definitely go and see it, and I think it can connect to my own life. As someone who's from the audience, I would definitely want to go and consume something like that in the cinema. I just think all around that it's a representative film that shows a bit of London life, and it's got a twist on it.
You have to kind of give it away because otherwise people are not gonna go and see it because that's the whole part of the film, the mystery. So you let them into the mystery, but you didn't reveal the secret. So I think that's fine to be honest.
I like how you had sort of alternatives to the film poster with it. Like you had one for each character. It kind of gave a variety, and it was refreshing to see.
The film posters I like particularly. I think that they linked with your genre well. I saw the link. I saw like how everything works together. Everything sort of goes together. But the maybe my only criticism was the magazine cover. I don't know if it really worked. I'm not sure. Maybe that's just my point of view. But I didn't really like it as such as in the same way I like the film posters. Just because I didn't really understand. I wasn't sure if like the first image was like a silhouette and then there was someone behind him. I'm not sure.
It was basically a mirror.
Okay, okay.
And I think that with the mixture of the red, the bright red leaping out and the dark colours, that really stood out. So if I saw that, I'd definitely want to look that up and see what it's about.
Yeah, I think brand identity works well. It's sort of concurrent all the way through. Everything sort of flows. It links. Like you can see the kind of how the film posters work with the teaser trailer, how everything goes together. I think overall that the whole package, and I think it was good body of work. I think it done well.
Personally, for me, I felt there was only brand identity between the posters and the magazine. Like you could see the darkness, the red, but within the trailer it was quite bright, like through most of it. So I don't know, it was kind of, yeah.
I like the continuity between the film, with the font and the title, and I like the colour scheme as well. I really liked what you did with the posture that sort of you and the other characters take in the film. I think the composition was perfect. It wasn't too overwhelming. It was just a simple, the facial expressions especially, you could connect it to paranoia. You could see that they had some fear in them. Something had happened, but you didn't know what.
From the trailer, it seemed like they were fine. Like they seemed like normal teenagers to me that just got caught up in some sort of scenario, and obviously they reacted accordingly. So I think that the trailer worked well. I don't think anything was overacted or over exaggerated. So I think it was quite good.
I think it was a good thing that used a young cast because the trailer showed kind of the typical sort of stereotypes of like teenagers in South London, for example. So I think it worked very well. You could tell that like I wasn't 100% sure, but there was like kind of implications that they were brothers or one of them was a stepbrother and that they really cared for each other. Hence them coming to like back when he was in trouble.
You've used the stereotypes, but you've also had a backdrop, a positive backdrop from which they can have a voice. So obviously in your story you have a group of friends, they're youths, but they're not the typical, stereotypical, animalistic youths that we see in other films, such as Eden Lake. They've got a backdrop and they're more mature but they get caught up in a situation which seems inevitable, but there's a reason for it.
I don't think it was cheap, but I felt like you used a bit too much and it kind of like overwhelmed the trailer.
Yeah, I'd say so. Especially with, like, I can see some binary opposites in there. Like, you've got, I think it's Pablo who was in there. He seems he's not as rowdy as the rest of them. He's still got a bit of fight in him, but he's more conserved. The rest of them are more so, you know, the heavies, the one who will go out and do something. So you can see the different levels of status. With other films, everyone's just a pack. So it's not really a pack mentality until there's a situation where they have to defend themselves. And that's what I think the pivotal moment is. It's a matter of defence with them. It's not they go out and attack, they get attacked and they have to defend each other. So that's what I like to see in a film which will connect to more youths.